But we did a lot of good things, and I thought one of the greatest things we did was at the end with all the young fellas on, we showed a lot of mental fortitude. So I'm really pleased with that.
In terms of the attack, probably for you, Ian, what are the things that are going to need to click a little bit better based on obviously what is just the singular view that we've seen thus far?
Oh, I think there's a whole lot that we have to click at. It was pretty obvious that timing was out and some of our roles weren't quite right, but I think like Steve said is that we, behind the scenes, we expected that because we've been bringing a group together, we've put a couple of things in there in place that are causing them to think a little bit, and it's probably not instinctive. And I think when you get a new group together, they spend more time thinking about what they're doing rather than just instinctively playing. I think we saw a little bit of that, a bit of clunkiness out there. So time in the saddle will fix that.
Sam, how did you find it out there? I asked you yesterday if you're going to keep New Zealand's heart rate down, so you had a bit of a thrilling finish there. How was it?
Yeah, it was tough. Right from the first whistle, we found that within the first sort of 15 minutes, we found ourselves down by 9 points through poor discipline. Managed to grind our way back into it, and but credit to the Argentinians, the way they came out the second half. It was just a classic arm wrestle right up to the final whistle. It's certainly a reminder that Test Rugby is a step up from Super Rugby.
The team was huddled out there just before that last Argentinian attack. What was said in that?
There was a focus on our defence, making sure we were getting under the ball with our tackles, getting back on our feet quickly and forming a strong defensive line, and also trying to minimise our penalties at that time.
Was it a fun game to play? Did you have fun at it?
It's always fun to pull on the All Black jersey, and it's a different type of fun when it comes down right to the final whistle like that. There's certainly a feeling of relief and satisfaction, but also pride in sticking it out the way we did.
Steve, what impressed you about Los Pumas?
We got exactly what we expected from them. They've been playing by and large together all year, so they had great combinations. They had physicality about what they did up front, scrum time, line out time, driving, and their ball carrying was strong. So I think the only reason that they didn't hurt us more was because we had a very, very good defensive day. And a lot of the credit goes to Scotty for that. He's been working hard on that area and the players themselves.
I was going to say, what was the sort of things that you asked of those younger players, and did you see what you wanted to from the majority of them?
Oh look, first and foremost you want them to fit into what you're trying to do as a team. But as Foz has said, from the attack point of view, you can't just snap your fingers and get what the end result just like that. It takes time and timing and time together. So, and the same with defence. We've tweaked a few things there, and once you go past that, what you want from them is the end to be able to show you that they can get out there in the heat of the battle and do the job that you ask them to do, and keep their composure, keep their discipline, and be themselves. And I think we saw that.
Australia, you couldn't get Josh on towards the end?
It wasn't really the game. As I said to him afterwards, Joshy, it's not the game for you to be thrown in the deep end in. So, the process with him is, it's going to take a little bit of time, and we think he's a quality player. But sometimes if you chuck him in and things go wrong, you can break them. So we weren't prepared to take that risk. As I said, risk and reward, and that's one of the risks we were prepared to take.
How would you assess Sebu's game? He's pretty busy early.
He's busy all game and played pretty good.
Yep, over here.
Yes. All said that Pumas are Hawaii, and nobody said that sometimes All Blacks are almost Crusaders with 11 people. Which is the difference? Let's say Hawaii Pumas or Crusaders.
Well, the Crusaders weren't here, so that's the difference. Like if you took eight of the Haguaris out of your team, then they'd have to start again at the beginning of their season trying to get combinations and so forth. So they're not I'm not belittling what the Pumas did today. They played really well. What I'm trying to say is the difference is if you train and play all year together, you have combinations, you have game understandings of how you're going to try and play, whereas versus 2 weeks together makes a massive difference. So, and you know, if you look at the Crusaders not being here, minimum of probably 400 caps, test caps. But we knew that. You know, that's why we talked earlier in the week about risk and reward. And we've got a massive reward because we've had some young men go on the park today. A new skipper, he felt what it's like to be under the pump, have to make decisions, and he's made some good ones. He'll look at some of the ones he's made and he'll think maybe I could do that or could do that differently. I'm not sure. Most of the ones he made were pretty good. But he felt that pressure because he was a captain, and normally he's not the captain. He felt, well, 5 guys got new caps. And they're playing in an environment which is, I wouldn't call it hostile, but it's certainly a place where it's not easy to play. You know, the crowd singing and shouting and against an opposition or a quality opposition. So all of that is money in the bank for us. You know, and to get away with the win is a little bit more money in the bank. You know?
Thank you.
Front row here.
Yeah. Mr. Hansen, did you think that Pumas were going to win the match in the last 2 minutes?
When you're sitting in the box, you don't take time to think who's going to win it. You're trying to look at what's happening and observe. Could they have won the game? Of course they could. You know, if things have gone right, but you're hoping that your own team does what they have to do. And it was obvious that the Pumas were going to drive, so if we can put our structures in place to stop that drive, you know, then we would win the game. So you don't worry about who wins and loses until after the finals.
In your whole career and defeating Pumas, was this the most difficult one?
Well, no, they're all difficult. Yeah. There's no easy games here. Like I've been coming here for a wee while now, and I can't remember an easy one. I think they're a quality outfit, and the home crowd is very good. They're very supportive and fair, to be fair. But you know, when the whistle goes, probably not as fair. They've only got one eye when the whistle goes, but afterwards they're really great, and beforehand they're really great. Like it's one of the nicest places we come to. But the fans, when the whistle goes, they've only got eyes for one team.
Thank you.